All right, starting off, today was Sunday. I used Snapchat for 57 minutes and Instagram for 34 minutes. Some other apps I used were GroupMe for 22 minutes and Messages for 16 minutes. My total screen time was 2 hours and 53 minutes. Um, Today, honestly, I used my phone a little bit less than normal. I normally would have a little bit longer on Instagram. I use Reels pretty often. Um, Monday. Today I used Instagram for 2 hours and 32 minutes, and I used Snapchat for 29 minutes. Other apps I used were GroupMe for 1 hour, and then Google Drive for 20 minutes. Not really sure what that was. My total screen time was 6 hours and 53 minutes. Today I think you can kind of see a little bit more about how often I use Instagram. Super addicted to the Reels function, which is not really Instagram's main intent, which is kind of Instagram, I feel like, is more centered around connecting people, but I do the opposite of that. I scroll Reels a lot. Tuesday, today I used Instagram for 1 hour and 28 minutes, and I used Snapchat for 47 minutes. Some other apps I used were GroupMe for 1 hour and 53 minutes, and YouTube for 2 hours and 7 minutes. And my total screen time was a whopping 8 hours and 30 minutes. Wednesday, today I used Instagram for 1 hour and 28 minutes, and I used Snapchat for 36 minutes. Other apps I used were GroupMe for 52 minutes, and today my screen time was 5 hours and 17 minutes, which is a lot less than normal, so good day. Thursday, today I used Instagram for 1 hour and 24 minutes, and I used Snapchat for 46 minutes. Other apps, like usual, GroupMe, 1 hour and 21 minutes, and my total screen time was 6 hours and 57 minutes. Friday, today I used Instagram for 1 hour and 21 minutes, Snapchat for 51 minutes, and then some other apps I used were GroupMe for 22 minutes and Maps for 3 hours and 10 minutes. And my total screen time was 7 hours and 47 minutes. Saturday, the final day. What a ride it's been. Instagram, 1 hour, 49 minutes. Snapchat, 38 minutes. Other apps, GroupMe for 41 minutes, and then a mobile game I've been playing for 1 hour. Total screen time, 6 hours and 10 minutes. So, what I've definitely noticed throughout this process is the two apps that I use the most are Instagram and Snapchat. I think the reason why I prefer Instagram over other social media apps is just because of like the entertainment aspect of it, which is weird to me because it seems like Instagram originally was intended for connecting people and interacting with other people's posts, as in like people that you know. But me, for the most part, I'm interacting with posts from random people because I like to be entertained. And then Snapchat, I use that pretty often, obviously. I think really the main reason behind me using Snapchat so often is just that it really does seem to keep me connected with people, especially with like group chats. Like for my org here on campus, I talk with a lot of my friends through our group chat there. Yeah, I just think that as far as like keeping people connected, Snapchat does do a good job of being able to have interactions with people that you might not see every day on an everyday basis. I'd say overall what I've learned from this experience is that I use my phone way too much, especially social media. There were some days there. I think one day was I had like 8 hours of screen time, or like 8.5. Crazy. But yeah, I definitely think that social media in general it's marketed as something that keeps people connected. But in general, I think that it might actually be separating us more than we think. Just because it seems like a lot of times people think that they're connecting through social media when you could be connecting with that person face to face. So yeah, after this whole process, definitely going to try to monitor my screen time a little bit closer and use social media a little bit less. That's not to say that social media is inherently bad or anything, but yeah, definitely going to try to cut down the screen time.